Alright, I'm going to do a little tutorial now of how to cut out small parts. You may look at something like this. This is a rear view mirror for a Wrangler, and this thing is really tiny. Each one of these squares is an inch, so you can see that's probably not even a half an inch at the longest dimension. So what you do is use a hobby knife, and you keep the paper secure, and you start in these little corners like this, and you cut away towards you. So I cut there, I turn the paper, I start where I started the last time, and I cut there. So as you can see now, I've got a perfect 90-degree cut right there. So there's even smaller parts right here, this little inside the mirror right there. So you want to cut those small parts the same. Make a little cut there. Little cut there. You can see I'm cutting away from the center of the paper. Basically I'm cutting away from the largest piece. If I were to cut this way, let's say I had this cut out, what it does when you cut is it pulls the paper, and so if you cut to where it pulls another small part, it could just rip the paper. So you're always careful about how you make those cuts. And once again, on these small parts, don't try to cut curves, don't try to cut circles, just cut straight lines. Be very careful. You can see that. I'm going to cut the ends, the sides, and then the top. And make sure I got that inside corner there, just like that. It's a rear view mirror right there. Okay, and since we just cut out a mirror piece, might as well show you how to put it on a truck. So here's a truck I'm working on. What you do is you figure out which side the mirror goes on, which in this case is the right side. And on the back of the mirror, you can see that there's a part where it looks like it'll mount to the truck, and we want to put a dot of glue on the back side of that. And I'm talking just a dot. See if we can make this visible here for you. So it's the smallest dot of glue on that. Right there. So on the trucks, I always put a glue point because glue doesn't stick to laser toner. So what you want to do is just very carefully set this down to where that dot of glue matches up with the glue point. And if you've got big and stubby fingers like me, then you'll have to use something like this. See, I'm just gluing this down flat like that. See that, how it's glued flat on there? And we're going to let that dry. When it's dry, as this side, I put this one on a couple minutes ago. So give it a couple minutes, and then you just take a knife or something underneath it. You just bend it back like that. You bend it out. To get the rearview mirror. Hope that helps. So check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Papercruiser. Of course, check out my website, papercruiser.com. I've got a lot of Jeeps on there, and of course Land Cruisers, which I'm a big fan of. So come by and check out my models. Thanks for listening.